How are we all doing? And welcome back. Literally, didn't have enough time to even wipe me off. Straight up from the preview, straight down here, straight to do the prediction. Thank God there's no smelly vision. How are we all? Welcome back to Turf Morehouse TV. As you can see above me, you can check us out on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, you name it, we are there. And on podcast platforms as well. We are on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. So please do show us your support on there. If you are new to the channel, please do click that subscribe button as well. That really does help us grow as a channel. And hit the notification bell while you're there if you want to be notified of any videos coming up. As I said, we do have a video coming up on Sunday, a final day watch along with the Leeds fan. It's going to get interesting. As I said earlier, it's going to get tasty, baby. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes, because we don't want all that top half of the table media bullshit, Sky Sports arse licking stuff. So sorry, Doug. But we're gonna do the relegation battle. However, let's bring our guests in, because it's the final week. What are we gonna have to talk about after this? God, we're all gonna be like wondering what to do with ourselves. Speaking of a man who's knows what to do in terms of how to pass time, it's Chris. How are you?
I'm going to miss talking to you next season when you're in a league below. Hey. I mean, is there a relegation battle going on? I thought you were already down. I mean, the rest of us teams that are sort of higher up the league and forgotten about you lot down there.
Of course you have. Of course you have. Before I get dragged into this absolute dross shite that you're talking, Christopher.
Excuse me. What were you saying about Sean Dyche and having a worm hanging out of his mouth?
Everyone knew that story. Well, everyone knew that story.
Maybe everybody in Burnley, but you know.
What? So four of us then. Four of us. Chris, where can people find your stuff?
On here more often than not, unfortunately. But if you go down next season, I might get a break. Or you can find it on Leicester Till I Die TV. And if you want to watch discussion about the top teams on Sunday, not the useless ones at the bottom, who, let's face it, don't deserve to be in the Premier League, catch me and Doug on my channel at 3:00 on Sunday, and we'll be again watching doing a watch along for the last games of the season. But if you are a Burnley fan or a Leeds fan, stay on tack with what's your name, Dan, and I know, stick with this channel. Watch along on Sunday. It will be a good one.
Chris.
If you're Burnley or Leeds, watch Dan. Anybody else, come and watch me.
Cheers, Chris. Chris's link is in the description below as well, so please do check out Leicester Till I Die. However, we have got a legend of the YouTube scene, a Scottish Liverpudlian, shall we say?
Oh, God.
He's not Scouse. He's also not English, funnily enough. But yeah, Doug, how are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Thank you very much for having me on the final Premier League predictions. I can't believe that we actually started the season on the 13th of August, and now we've actually gone all the way through to the 20th of May. It's been a fantastic season, and my goodness me, Sunday is going to be nerve-wracking for some teams at least.
So we're just going to go out and enjoy it.
Why not, Chris? Why not? If only we could enjoy it, I will be on the edge of my seat.
I think our game is the only game that's got nothing riding on it.
Yeah.
As I said to a few people, you see footballers. I think it was John Terry who said that when he's doing a warm up in a match, he wears one pair of boots. Then the first half he wears another pair. Then second half he'll wear a different pair of boots. And I'm thinking that'll be me on Sunday, but with boxers. It's gonna be a very tough one come Sunday, everyone.
That was shit. That really was.
Something you found up your back passage.
Do you know, it's true though. Did you see the news that diarrhea is hereditary? Runs in your genes.
No. No.
And it starts. 15 love to me, Doug. 15 love to me.
The people of Dubai do not like the Flintstones, but the ones in Abu
God,
Dhabi
no,
do.
Come on, you're going to come up with a new one. You've got to come up with a new one.
Guys, let's
It'll be
take
a
a
long
few.
show for you, Dan.
No, definitely. Doug, first and foremost, obviously, thanks for coming on. Same as you, Chris. Doug, where can people find your stuff and what you've got coming up?
Yeah, well, if you want to hear more dulcet Scottish tones, you can find me at the Dugout Football channel. Instagram is Douglas.Horn. Twitter handle is Enrod_1992. And Facebook is Douglas James Horn.
Happy days. So, as I said, the link to Doug's channel and to Chris's channel is in the description of the video. So please do go check it out. It is the final week of the season. 10 games. Every team is playing. And as Chris has said already, there's only, I think, 2 fixtures that really don't have a say in what can happen at the top. The battle for top 4 and the relegation battle. So it is all to play for. Just a couple of comments. Kate's in saying, get your predictions in for the last games of this season. Spot on.
You,
do
Kate.
Get them in the
miss
chat.
You, Kate, next week. I'll miss you. Won't miss Dan, but I'll miss you.
Mark Cheney says, big up guys, smash that like button, subscribe to the legend that is called Dan. See, he says Dan there, Chris, not you. Put so much effort in, and he's also a great mate. You can join me on Chris. Oh, bastard, he's got himself promo. He's promoing you, bastard. EFL show next season, Dan, as you'll be there. Well, I might be.
Well done, Mike. Well done, that man. Get in there.
Shit neck.
Mondays at 9 every other week.
Kate says you will be back with predictions when the season returns, regardless of where Burnley are. I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. Ducky's in. Hope you're well, Ducky. Hope everything's well with yourself. Looking forward to this tonight. Yeah, so am I. You know what? These have got a lot more enjoyable since I've come off the drink. It's actually strange. I thought the drink could actually get me through your shit, Chris, but, it seems I can handle it without a drink.
But you keep having me back.
I do. And until you give me a front, I'll keep having you back.
I'll tell you what, I might be chatting shit, but I ain't going to bang you. Get
banged. Wow. Yeah. There it is.
Never put a dare up on Facebook, or that's what happens.
Nippin's in the chat. He says, hi, big up. So hope you're well. He says, will either of you 3 be covering the Nations League?
Probably.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Mark says he is for Wales.
The Women's Euros as well.
Mark's got a question for you, Doug.
Oh. I take it people have been watching this European review show. Sassuolo is how I pronounce it, and it's a Scotsman. But it's one of Chris's highlights on the Monday show.
I'm happy now. I can go. It's so much better with a Scottish accent. And very few things are, but that is.
Guys, I'd say do get your predictions in. It is the final week. Let us know your thoughts. Without further ado, Mark says, there it is. Let's get into it.
What's the scores on the doors, Dan?
Well, I'm not going to say, Chris. I'm going to keep it hush, and I'm going to keep it hush next week. Don't you be writing anything in the chat either.
Oh, we should know. We should know.
Right. Sorry. Sorry. At the moment, myself and the guests are level on 60.
Ooh.
Chris is on 65. And Kate, however, is on 68. So she's gone from 2 in front. She's gone from 2 in front to 4 in front, Chris.
Always said that woman had a lot of front.
3 in front.
I'm going to say, I work out your maths there, but I always knew Kay had a lot of front, but come on.
Mark says it gets him in stitches every time. He says keep it as a secret, and the suspense is good. The guest missed a week. Yeah, Anthony wasn't in, so that's the only reason I'm level. So got there on a technicality. However,
a bit like
Mark's coming in with the old memes. Damn, Daniel. But let's get in and about it anyway. Let's get into the 10 games, and it is match week 38. The final fin, as they would say in other countries, and it's been a topsy-turvy season. I mean, I'll speak to you first about your seasons separately. Chris, I'll come to you first. Looking back now, how your season's gone, I know you've said it's been an up and down one, but are you happy as a Leicester fan with how it's gone?
No, I don't think you know, unless you win anything, you're never happy. And we haven't won anything this season. We haven't qualified for anything this season. I'm already getting my Arsenal excuses in for next year. You know, we're not playing in Europe, so we've only got one game a week to play. In fact, Brendan came out and said that in his press conference. So Brendan is even coming out with the Arsenal excuses already. But you know what?
Wow.
Start of the season, you know, we've ended up, we're in a semi-final of a European competition. We went out by 1 goal to Roma. There were nobody's fools, and they've got a top-class manager. And we're going to finish anything between 8th, 9th or 10th in the league. In real terms, that's not a bad season.
No, can't fault
when
it.
you think all the injuries we've had and you know, changes in players, it's been a hard season. But if we come out 8th or 9th and, like I say, European semi-finals, I'm happy.
No, I can't blame you for being anything but. Doug, there is still a lot on the line for Liverpool. Still a lot of doors are open. First question, I suppose, is: do you think you can see the league out, or have you already accepted it's already got Man City's hand sort of touching one side of the trophy?
I mean, never say never when it comes to the final day, because I don't think it happened. But City have won the league twice on the final day against Liverpool, funnily enough. So hopefully it's our time. Hopefully it's our time this time. But to sum up the season, it has been amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like two cups, the FA Cup, League Cup, to be in the Champions League final. I mean, the job Klopp has done this season is just amazing. The fact that we've taken Manchester City to the final day, to be in 3 cup finals as well. The signing of Luis Diaz has been very, very important. And I think the sort of squad players have really stepped up to this season as well, like Joe Gomez, Kostas Tsimikas, Naby Keita,
Minamino.
They obviously. But yeah, there's been so many players that have really, really stood out this season. And, you know, if we hadn't had Alisson Becker, then you've obviously got a very good understudy in Queven Kelleher to have as well. It has been a very, very good season, and whatever happens in the next couple of weeks happens. And, you know, if it's a treble, then fantastic. But it's, you know, if we end up with 2 cups, it's still a successful season as far as I'm concerned, because we've done better than we did last season.
Yeah.
And as it stands, it's all on the shoulders of agent Steven Gerrard to help you out as well, isn't it?
It is. And obviously Coutinho, Danny Ings, obviously Stevie, Gary Mack. So there's a few in that Aston Villa side that have relations to Liverpool. So anything can happen at the final day. Never say never, of course.
It certainly can. Let's get into it then. Let's get into the first one of the predictions. Well, first of all, the title race. It's wide open at this moment. Either Manchester City or Liverpool could take the title this weekend with their games. I say this, I should have put a big fat cross through that Everton badge. As I said, this was already all prepped. This was prepped prior to. I've got tried to be a bit too hasty, as I've been told recently. I've been doing a Chris, trying to prep early and stuff, but I just haven't edited.
I did that earlier on my Southampton preview and included Leicester's Chelsea game. It was only last night.
But yeah, Everton obviously saved their own arse last night. And yeah, it's now the battle of Lancashire or Yorkshire. The Red Rose versus the White Rose for who stays in the Premier League.
Cake will be torn then.
You are?
Cake will be torn.
If we stay up, a new arsehole. First game then, and it's the top four bottlers Arsenal against now Premier League safe Everton. Doug, I'll come to you first. First question, really: Would you have liked to have seen Everton go down, or would you have liked them to stay up just so you can have the friendly derby next season again?
I mean, to be fair, I've got a few mates that are Everton fans, and the majority of Everton fans I speak to are lovely anyway. But the thing is, for me, is it would have been hilarious if they gone down, but I had always had this feeling in my mind that they weren't going to go down, in my honest opinion. But the scenes last night were absolutely embarrassing. Yes, I can understand from a sense of elation that you've obviously stayed in the league, but
yeah,
to have a pitch invasion prematurely to an end of a game is embarrassing. And then the scenes at the end of the game as well was just awful. And I look at Patrick Vieira, and I'm totally with Vieira. You know, someone is obviously, they've obviously tried to get in his ear, and he's obviously retaliated. And I think Vieira is, the thing is with the Palace dressing room, it's at the other side of the pitch. So Patrick Vieira is having to go to that side to get off it. They obviously changed it because obviously due to COVID, they did actually have the away dressing room in that wee tunnel, but it's just way too narrow now. And I look at that as well. Patrick Vieira has been a very good manager for Crystal Palace, and I believe they're going to stand by him anyway, which I think is the right thing to do. But just the scenes last night from Everton was ridiculous. But Arsenal, you don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up, to be honest with you. Newcastle absolutely dominated them to shreds the other night, and deservedly won. I just think because the pressure is off, Arsenal need to win anyway to try and get top four, and then hope Norwich City beat Tottenham. That ain't happening. So I'm going to go for a very narrow Arsenal victory.
Narrow Arsenal victory. So, Doug for Arsenal. Chris, how do you see it? I mean, for Everton now, they've done the job, haven't they? They might as well. It doesn't really change anything what happens in this game for them. Their cup final, their blowing up their arse moment was yesterday, and if anything, they could just take the foot off the gas because Arsenal could still potentially take top four.
They don't want to, do they? All this this team will be taking it easy, that team will be taking it easy. It's bollocks at the end of the day. There's no professional athlete, whatever sport that they are going in, goes out and says, I'm going to take it easy this time. It's like Usain Bolt. You're telling me that if you got through the qualifiers with the fastest speed, you went, I'll go a little bit slower because nobody's going to catch me. No, they go out, they're going to want to win. I have to sort of back up what Doug said there, and it's a shame. Patrick Vieira didn't meet with his chin and with his fist and knock the guy out. I mean, football fans and every club's got a few morons, and we saw how many Everton have got last night. That guy could have had a knife on him. He could have had, it's scary to think what could have happened. Yes, Everton fans are morons. I'm sorry, but they are. To come on, because all he did was to give Palace a chance, because the game got delayed for 7 minutes, and the Palace players got the win and the thing back, and you were on top at the time. Morons, total and utter morons. And I tell you who else is morons, and that's whoever does the security at at Everton, Because having seen that 7 minutes before the end, did none of the security people think, we might have a problem at the end of the game here. If they've done that then, are they going to run back on? Let's form a cordon to get the Palace players and staff off. No, because they're too thick. So, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, you know, whoever does the security there makes G4S look like, you know, the best security firm in the world. So I'm sorry, Everton. You know, you're up. Well done for staying up, but I've got very little respect for your club now. Despite that, it's Arsenal, and I hate them even more. So I'm probably going to go for a draw for this one. Because Frank will not want to have got through and then say, yeah, look, you got stuffed 3-0 by Arsenal. He's going to want the win here. And the pressure is off them. Arsenal have got to go for it if they've got any chance of getting a the fourth place, which they won't. But this will be a draw for me.
No, that's fair. That's fair enough. I echo the sentiment between the both of you. What the Everton fans did was despicable, disgusting. We saw it in the Championship. You know, we saw it with the fan that's been jailed for the attack on Billy Sharp, and it didn't just stop with the Everton fans at giving Patrick Vieira some. They give Benteke some because he's former ties with Liverpool. They were just giving it all, or you can piss off as well, you cop out and stuff like that. And it's just not on. It's just not on.
Did they not try and antagonise? Was it Mateta and Zaha as well? I think Zaha
I think so,
was one of them. Like just like putting the middle finger up at well for Zaha. I mean, that's just childish behaviour.
Who did not come out of this for me with much credit, and that was Frank Lampard.
Yeah,
because he needed to come out and he needed to. All right, you know, he's arse licking his own fans, so I get that. But you come out and you don't say, "Well, I understand why it happened." No, you fucking don't. You come out and you say they were morons and this shouldn't happen. So I'll tell you something. All that will happen if it carries on, and it has started to get bad the last few weeks. They're going to be putting netting up or whatever, the wire fencing up at grounds again.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe they should have.
Football's going to be going backwards instead of going forwards.
You know, give the security guard, you know, stun guns and what have you. I mean, I'm sorry if the fences go back up, and I hate talking about this in front of a Liverpool fan, but if they do go back up, there's no defence for them not going up. No,
they're a mug to themselves. Ryan's hit it on the head there as well. Fan behaviour is getting out of control. And an incident happened last night in League Two in the semi-final at Port Vale as well. Port Vale fans stormed the pitch and abused one of their former players. So, you know, it's hard to take. I hope you're well, Ryan, by the way. Cheers for coming in and popping on the chat.
It doesn't help when the manager says, well, yeah, I understand why they did that. It's giving them credence to do it.
No, but the thing is, though, we all understand that. But who in their right mind thinks after you've just secured safety another season in the Premier League, who in their right mindset goes, you know what? I'm not off to go and celebrate with any Everton player I can find, or Frank Lampard, or Big Dunk walking around the pitch. My first initial thought is to go to every single Crystal Palace player or the nearest player to me and just fire fucks and abuse. You should be in that moment. Celebrating safety for my.
I mean, we have to give credit to Frank Lampard. You know, he came in when Everton were 16th, and he's managed to get Everton to the highest position of 16th. So you've done a very good job, Frank. You know, you managed to keep Everton in the league, but I don't think you've come out of this with integrity. And how you keep getting jobs, I don't know.
And can we just say, I mean, to the Everton fans there, who have got probably an IQ of -25, you were winding the Palace fans up, who are, let's just have a look, what is it, 1, 2, 3 places above you and 6 points above you. I mean, you know, that's what you were celebrating. You were celebrating finishing below the team you just beaten and 6 points behind them. That's how good you are, Everton.
It is. It's just those that minority of mindless idiots.
It was a
that
large
ruin it.
minority if you look at that pitch yesterday.
Well, yeah. But I mean, as I said, Chris is in as well. Evening, lads. Hope you well.
Hello,
Chris. But you know, we've seen with Everton fans. I've seen during the week it's a city that is divided with two teams. Liverpool have still got something to fight for, but these Everton fans on a match day are ripping Liverpool flags out of people's windows. They're literally scaring people in their own homes by doing this.
I mean, it's nice. It's nice of Everton to be celebrating, staying up. It's like their biggest achievement since winning the FA Cup in 1995. So, very, very well done.
I'm just a bit worried if they're ripping the flags out the window.
Look, twist it a little bit more, will you? Go on, twist that knife a little bit more.
No, it's just you don't see those kind of scenes at football, but Everton fans celebrating the fact that they've survived in the Premier League, and that's their biggest achievement since winning the FA Cup in 1995, and the clock is still ticking, by the way, for you guys not winning for not winning anything. So you know what, if you want to celebrate like that, then fair play. But Frank Lampard, for me, he shouldn't get another job because he still keeps getting these jobs, and I don't actually rate him as a manager. I'm sorry, I don't actually rate him as a manager.
You hide it very well. Can I say that I do worry though for sort of Scousers, because if Everton are ripping the flags out the windows in Liverpool, that they are windows. I mean, that's all they've got, because the glass has been smashed up probably in some riots some years ago. The flags are the only thing that's keeping them warm, and that's just so unfair.
I like that, Chris.
This show's going to go down well in Liverpool, isn't it?
For me, I'm going to go with Doug. I'm going to say that Arsenal, Doug and Kate. I think Kate went for it as well. Oh, Kate went for a draw. Sorry, in this. I'm going to go with Doug. I'm going to say Arsenal win this. I just think they've got something more to fight for. Everton have had their last hurrah with that result yesterday. So,
and just a quick reply to Doug there. It's been 27 years, 4 hours, 30 minutes and 52 seconds since Everton have won a trophy.
Great. Let's hope that continues.
I thought you'd enjoy that. Yes, I have the same stats for Burnley as well if you need them.
No, Chris, it's all right. It's all right. We all know that the stats for Burnley are a lot longer than you've been on this planet by the looks of it. So
yeah, indeed. Thank you for that.
No problem. I was hoping to try and make you sound younger, and not that it's been a while since Burnley won a tournament. But moving on then swiftly to the next one, and well, a very big one at the bottom end of the table.
Thank you.
Brentford Leeds, Doug.
It's just massive.
This is huge. Leeds are in free fall. Brentford, it's their first season in the Prem. And to be honest, when it's your first season, the higher you finish, you'd be happier with. And I think there's about a £15 million difference between where they are now and where they could be if they win this game as well, which could be a big help to them.
Yeah, 100%. They've just been amazing, Brentford, this season. Breath of fresh air. I've really enjoyed watching them. I think the signing of Christian Eriksen really helped them, though. They just needed that spark in midfield, and I think Eriksen has been very, very good. Ivan Toney has been excellent. I also look at at the back, Pontus Jansson, Christopher Ayer, Norgard, Canos, Vissa, and Buemo. They've got a very, very good squad. And I haven't even mentioned the goalkeeper, David Raya. I think had he been fit the rest of the season, I think you might have seen him potentially up towards the Allisons and the Edersons, probably fighting on the Golden Glove. Leeds, unfortunately, it's the goal difference that's going to send them down, because you guys got a -18, they've got -38, and I know you're level on points at the moment, but all Burnley have to do is better Leeds' result. And the thing is, for me, I think no matter what Leeds do at Brentford, I don't think it's going to be enough because Leeds United, for anybody who wants to know, their last win at Brentford came back all the way in 1950. So they have a terrible record at
That's
Brentford.
when Burnley won the last trophy, wasn't it?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
So, with that being said, Leeds are gone for me. Sorry, Carl. I don't see you getting anything from Brentford. I'm going for a Brentford win, and Leeds will be relegated.
Well said, Doug. Well said. Preach that one, brother. Preach. I'll come to you for your assessment, Chris.
I'm just thinking. I mean, I don't know whether she's posted it yet, but Kate must be torn here. Wanting Leeds to go down, but being a Yorkshire lass. I mean, that must be really, really hard for her. She hates me. She hates me. I know.
She's like this.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
Hope you will answer
This relegation battle. I mean, I've sat on your show before and said, Burnley should be safe because you got a couple of wins and a draw. You'd sacked Dyche, and then you went and threw it all away. And then I said, Everton are going to go down. Then they've stayed. And I said Leeds wouldn't get drawn into it. And now they're likely to go down. I've no idea what's going to happen. But for me, Brentford are great. I love Brentford. They've come up. They are what Norwich and Watford are not. Even Leeds are what Norwich and Watford are not. And that is teams that give it a good go in their first season, stay up. Yeah, all right, they might go struggle the second season, but they give it a go. Brentford started off well. Who can forget? Hi, Anthony. Who can forget them beating Arsenal? Oh, did I just say that out loud? On the first game of the season. And then they struggled. But then do you know what Brentford did? They started to beat the teams that were around them at the bottom, and they clawed their way back up the table. What a lot of teams down there weren't doing, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I don't think Burnley are going to go down. I think Leeds are going to go down. As Doug said, that minus 38 points is it's a minus 38 goal difference. Sorry, is like a point to you. Do you know? Cheers, Ryan. Do you know? This is going to be a Brentford win, but and Leeds will go down. You're not going to go down this time, but Burnley will have to do something next season because you can't always rely on teams being worse than you.
But the one thing I can say about this, Chris, is that we probably won't see anybody getting 100 yellow cards for a long, long time. Leeds have made records for all the wrong reasons. I think it's now 102 yellow cards this season.
They reached 100, have they? Oh, I didn't know. Right.
Yeah, they have.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's poor. I mean, Chris, it's a good sign that Leeds are the away side in this game as well. From a Burnley fan perspective, obviously, it's great that we're at home. And I'm sure we'll obviously touch on that one a bit later on. But with Leeds being away from, to be fair, they've been shit at home as much as they've been just away. So
yeah, and it was their early season form when they were letting 5 and 6 and whatever you past them that has given them this bad goal difference, which you've got to look at and go, thank God for that. I like Leeds. I wish they were staying up. I do like the Leeds fans. They've come up with the attitude like it's great to be back rather than the we're back where we belong attitude. But they've got it wrong this season, big style, like Sheffield United did. Brentford, I'm just so pleased for them. And yeah, Eriksen's been a big. I mean, we've been linked with Eriksen, but I hope he stays at Brentford. I really do, and I hope they have a good season.
Yeah. Breaking records for all the wrong reasons.
Well,
that is true, Anthony. That is true.
Cars, then.
You what, Chris?
I'm just trying to work out Chris Welsh's last message. I don't understand it. Am I being thick?
What's that word? Clearly, the whole Leeds squad love crashing cars. Then. Yeah.
No, I thought Doug I thought Doug got it. That was all. I'm
it's 102 yellow cards, Chris. I think I think one of my subscribers said earlier that they think there might be 5 yellow cards and maybe 2 reds in this game. So we know who the red cards are going to come for in this game.
Yeah.
Well, that's it as well. I mean, Everton had that problem, but Leeds as well. You don't need some of your best players. It's almost like they didn't want to play that. I can't be bothered with the last 2 games. I'll get myself sent off. It was ridiculous, but there we go.
Yeah,
it is. Who are you going for, Chris? Brentford or Leeds?
Oh, Leeds win, definitely. No, of course I'm not. What do you think? For a Brentford win. Brentford win. Leeds go down.
Yeah. I'm gonna be with everybody else as well. I've got to go for Brentford. I can't see Leeds getting something from it. If they do, they'll scab a draw by the skin of their teeth, just like they did against who's it the other week?
The other team.
Brighton,
that was it, yeah. That was it, Brighton, yeah. Cheers for getting me out of the shit with that one, Doug. But yeah, Anthony, you are spot on. Burnley's top goal scorer has only got about 5 goals this season. Another reason why we've been poor. But we'll get on to that. In fact, it's not just yet. We're at Brighton, West Ham. And
you thought it was?
Yeah, I thought it was. In fact, we're after this one. But yeah, Brighton have sort of they've done a Southampton this year, haven't they, Doug? I mean, when I say that, I mean in terms of they'll start well, then it'll fall off the face of the earth a little bit, and then you think, right, Brighton could be dragged into it, and then all of a sudden it's like they've got themselves out of it, and they pluck these random results from everywhere. And they just seem to turn up in random games when they actually can be arsed.
Yeah, it's madness. I mean, I think they had a run, and there wasn't like 2 or 3 home wins this season, and like Manchester United went to them and they absolutely battered them 4-0. But to be honest, I think Brighton have got a lot right this season. I think Caicedo has been a very good signing for them. Basuma in midfield has been very, very good as well. But when you look at Brighton this season compared to other seasons, they've done the right thing. They've got a very good squad. Cucurella, one of the signings of the season for me. Cucurella has been fantastic. Apparently, Man City are wanting him for 30 plus
we
million.
Wanted him. Burnley wanted him at first as well, prior to going to Brighton, and he went there instead because obviously Graham Potter's got a wand.
Yeah, he's. I mean, much of the credit has to go to Graham Potter as well. Brighton are a very. They've got the 3rd highest away wins in the Premier League. I think under Manchester City and Liverpool. I think if I'm right in saying, as well. I have to be honest though, the fact that West Ham could relegate Manchester United into the Conference League makes me even want this to be a West Ham win. And also the fact is, it is Mark Noble's 550th and final appearance for West Ham. So I think what's going to happen, I think Brighton are going to take the lead. I think Jared Bowen is going to get an equaliser. And then I think 90th minute penalty will be awarded and Mark Noble will step up and score his final goal for West Ham to get them into the Europa League. I'm going for a West Ham away win. And just incidentally, there's been 5 draws in the last 5 meetings between Brighton and West Ham have never beaten Brighton in the Premier League. Something has to change. I think it's going to change on Sunday. West Ham win.
No, that's a fair assessment. Chris Welch, he went for Brentford Leeds 2-2. And then he's also gone for Brighton West Ham 2-2.
Pair of Desmonds.
Yeah, he has got a pair of Desmonds, hasn't he? Anthony, when he said earlier about putting a £1 on Burnley at 1,000,000 to 1, he wants to be a millionaire. All you're going to be, Anthony, is £1 down. Let's just say that. You'll not be a millionaire making silly bets like that. Spencer says, how did Arsenal go to Brighton with 50 million and come away without Basuma? Well, there you go. There you go. Chris, how do you see this one? As Doug alluded to there, Mark Noble's final appearance in a West Ham shirt.
Yeah, but it was his big moment last week when he was at home. This is just this is an away game. Sorry, he's had his moment. He could get sent off for all I care. He's had the big send off. Let's get back to playing the game. I have to agree with Doug. The thought of West Ham winning and putting Man United in the Conference League could only be bettered by Arsenal ending up in the Conference League, but that they can't, unfortunately. Everybody knows that people that follow me know my thoughts on Graham Potter, but he started off well this season, and everybody was going mad. And I said, "Well, come on, let's see him do something." Until he's won something, he's nothing. They then struggled, and at one point earlier this year, they were actually bottom of the form league. And I'm like, wow, they've really dropped off. Nothing to do with Brad and Chloe, obviously. And then he managed to turn it round, and in credit to him, and I've got to say this thing because I've not been his biggest fan, but credit to him for turning it around and getting them sort of back. I think they're in the top half of the table, aren't they? West Ham, they've had a good season, semi-final of the European Cup again, and they're going to have European football. Although that looks like it's going to be the Europa League, but for me, this one I've gone for a draw.
Oh, interesting. Quick comment I'll put up before it goes off. Anthony says, Dan, I'll buy you a pint down at Ashton Gate next season. Mate, you've already promised me, even if Burnley get relegated, that you'll still buy me a pint down at Ashton Gate, millionaire or non-millionaire. So I remember that. Don't worry. If somebody holds me to a drink, I will not. I will remember that wholeheartedly.
Which Bristol got promoted this season? One of them did.
Bristol Rovers.
That's the one.
I'm just actually looking forward to seeing Scott Brown against Joey Barton again.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
Yes,
will be interesting. Mark says, Anthony, my missus is a Bristol City fan. Like what the actual?
Yes.
Anthony says, Dan, have you beat Arsenal yet on FIFA? Next question. Mark says, it's pathetic. Now Bristol City have two fans. And in terms of if you take the Bristol side out of it, the sentiment still is the same, Anthony. I'm with you on that one. Fuck Rovers. Matt says the scum. Oh, it's getting tasty in the chat. League Two is an awful
I'm just saying,
league.
Mike. You chose her, and if you did not vet her first and find out, which team she supported, well, your fault. Your fault, mate.
She's promised him all sorts. She said, I've got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key.
Well, I probably just heard the word Bristol's and thought, oh, yes. Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
Where do you live? I've got 20 acres. And you got... You know what? I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna go with you, Chris. I'm gonna go down the middle. I'm gonna go for a draw.
Come and share my splinters.
Oh, I will do. Very kind of you to let me as well.
Hey. Anytime.
Yeah,
what friends are for.
What friends? You're not my dad. What? Since when?
Because I had a DNA test done. Shut your mum up.
Chris says Mark was clearly too desperate. Well, if I found out she's Rover, she was gone. I'm actually going there tomorrow. We'll need to disinfect myself when I leave there.
After make sure about the jabs, Mike.
Yeah, don't take a big bottle of Dettol with you.
Yeah,
it'll stand you in very good offstead. So yeah, I'm going with a draw with you, Chris, on that one. On to the other big game down at the bottom of the league, and Burnley at home to Newcastle. Doug, I don't really need to speak this one up. I think it speaks for itself. The game is in Burnley's hands.
Yeah, 100%, and especially with that better goal difference that you guys got over Leeds. I actually have to say that Leeds need to win at Brentford, and I don't see it. I think Burnley can draw, and they'll still stay up as well. Newcastle, to be fair to their credit, they've had a very good season. To be bottom of the league when Eddie Howe came in with 7 points, they've managed to get 46 points, I think, which is a testament to them as well. Apparently, Eddie Howe might be getting a new contract as well, which is he deserves it. He absolutely does deserve it. But I'm going to go to a decision last night that I thought was absolutely mental. The Matt Lowton red card. How the devil is that a red card? Like, he has won the ball. And the follow through is taken into the Villa player. Like, that is not a red card for me. And this handball rule, it just drives you crazy. What is a handball and what isn't? I think you guys should have had another penalty last night.
Yeah.
If you had another penalty, I think you're probably all but safe. But going into this game, I think you can at least draw this game, and even if Leeds lose, if you lose as well, you're going to stay up anyway. Leeds have to better your result, and I don't see it. So I'm actually going to go and say that this will be a very nervy draw, but I think you'll stay up comfortably. I'm going to go for a draw.
No, fair one. I agree with everything you said there. We should have had a penalty, especially when it's an exact carbon copy of what happened for Ashley Barnes against Spurs on the week before.
I don't get the handball rule anymore, Dan. I really don't. I do not get what is a handball and what is not a handball.
Everything way too soft as well yesterday. I think if you, as I said to Chris, if you were wearing a claret and blue shirt with an Aston Villa badge adorned on it, and you bent over to tie your shoelaces, you got a free kick.
For goodness sake, Paul Tierney wanted to show a red card yesterday. Clear as crystal, he wanted to show a red card yesterday.
He just so eager. Every soft challenge was pulled back. Literally anything and everything.
You're lucky you've not got him at the weekend anyway. I feel sorry for Brentford and Leeds.
Yeah, they've given him that, and with him being a Salford boy, I'm hoping that let me say that right. Jason Manford would kill me. It's not Salford, it's Salford. So yeah, it's you've got to hope that he's not got any affiliation with Leeds, and he'd rather pass it towards Brentford anyway if he does. We've got Craig Pawson, so I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Got John Moss, you can have him.
No, Chris. You can have John Moss. It's an easy little retirement game for him. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I agree as well with what you said. The penalty, the sending off was bollocks. How
it's ridiculous.
He's got the ball. He's not come off 2 feet. It's just that Callum Chambers is at full stretch with his leg as well. So it's not like. Mm-hmm. And Lawton's gone in with any malice. This
is the argument as well. We can talk about intent, but if you look at the Dan James one against Chelsea, there is definitely intent in that because he's actually high knee on the ankle. Now, if we're bringing intent into challenges, then the Dan James one is a red card. But this one, he wins the ball. And it's a 50-50 challenge. He's not over the zealous, so not overzealous, not over the top of the ball. For me, it's a ridiculous decision, and I don't know if you'd be able to.
We've inquired about appealing it,
right?
But whether it comes back in time ahead of Sunday.
I suppose you've still got sort of Connor Roberts there, haven't you, to deputise it right back if needed.
Well, we've been playing 5 at the back the last 2 games, so having somebody there would be massive.
Curse of the manager of the month, though, eh?
Yeah, tell me about it. I said that to you, Chris, didn't I?
Yeah,
said that to you.
I couldn't believe he was manager of the month. to be honest with you.
Well, he's usually the man in the mirror. Chris says, who do you think will be the next Burnley manager? All roads and all signs are leading to Vincent Kompany at the moment. That's what's being spoken about.
Probably Elvis Presley. You've had Michael Jackson. You might as well have Elvis Presley, mightn't you?
No, Chris, we've already been caught in a trap one too many times this season. Did you not think that was pretty quick? You
had blue suede shoes on, no?
No, well, whether we stay up or whether we don't, who knows? Suspicious minds, eh?
A little less conversation, a little more action, please.
Can I just say, Elvis Presley's got a hell of a long discography. Should we end it
here? Moving on.
Yeah. Vegos plays a ball out wide to Cornet, where Cornet returns to sender. Bang, 1-0. As we say, we digress. But who do I want as the next manager? I don't want Kompany. I don't think he's ready for the Premier League. I think it's just another avenue. It's a stepping stone for him eventually getting a City job. Except with Gerrard, he's gone to Villa, and Villa have got the money to back him. We've not. Coming to Burnley for someone like Kompany could be a bit of a killer. I don't know. I think we will see. Time will tell. I said when Dash came in, why the fuck have we gone for the cheap option for? And now I've made to eat my words after nearly 10 years at the helm. So it does happen. Does happen. And Webby's saying Chris Welch TV. Yeah, do check out Chris Welch's channel. Anthony says Burnley's new formation next season is 10-0-0. They might stay up.
Yeah, cheers, Anthony. For you, hasn't he, Anthony?
I know. It's something in that illness that he's had recently. He's become a bit of a crabby bastard with it, hasn't he?
Well, it's his Southampton allegiance. I suppose they're a bit close to you down the bottom, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. The old prawn sandwich brigade. He's become one of them, hasn't he? Yeah. He said Ranieri would be good for Burnley. Nah.
No.
We should have learned after the Fulham situation and everything else. No. He got lucky with Leicester. No. He got lucky with Leicester.
And lucky is not the word. I think you'll find that he just did a brilliant job. On one day, you can but dream, Dan. You can but dream.
Yeah, well, you never know. Speaking of which, Chris, how do you see this one going? Newcastle could have their best points record since 2012 if they beat Burnley as well. But you'd like to see it's a nothing game. And the fact that they've got the likes of Chris Wood, Kieran Trippier, Jeff Hendrick, former Clarets in the ranks, and Eddie Howe being a former Burnley manager, you'd be hoping he'd try and do you a solid.
Do you know it's been 62 years, 18 days, 4 hours, 56 minutes.
You couldn't wait to get that in your penis, could you? You really couldn't.
Since Burnley last won a trophy. That's the biggest, 62 years. And it was... No, I couldn't wait to get it in. That's true.
Does winning the championship not count? Does the playoffs not count?
No.
Ooh.
Anthony, Steve Bruce. Not a bloody chance.
I'd rather have Fiona Bruce.
I thought you had, Ada. This is an odd one. I mean, Newcastle, no, they're not going to do you any favours. I'm sorry. Like I said earlier, all this, Gerrard will do what he can for Liverpool. No, he won't. All these players are going out to win, and Newcastle fans are passionate. They've had enough of having teams that haven't gone out and tried. They had how many years under Steve Bruce that was happening every week. Every week. Eddie Howe's done a fantastic job at Newcastle. I'm really chuffed for Newcastle and look forward to over the next 5 or 6 years that they are going to smash into that, Sky's favourite big six, and Sky will have to sort of, somehow make it a big seven. Unfortunately, I think Eddie Howe will have too much for Michael Jackson. and this is going to be a Newcastle win, but Burnley will still stay up.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, the importance of the game. 3 sides of Turf Moor are going to be a 12th man, a 13th man, and a 14th man come Sunday, and that's what it needs to be, especially if the noise is anything like it was at Villa. We literally outsung their home crowd, and I think from a fan perspective, the belief is all there. So I'm going to go. I have to back my own team. The last day of the season at Turf Moor. You know, the stars will align, I hope, and we see the job through and not having to depend on what happens at the Brentford Community Stadium. So, yeah, I'm going to go for Burnley for this one. On to the next one, Chelsea-Watford. Well, I think we all know where we can park this one, can't we, Doug?
Yeah, Chelsea win probably by 5 goals because Watford are absolutely awful. And goodbye, good riddance. See you in the 2023-24 season, no doubt.
So yeah, Chris, are you with Doug? She's just Chelsea all over.
Yeah. Goodbye, Watford. I feel sorry for Watford and Norwich for the fans because, like I said earlier, I think it was possibly on your show, Doug. I want to, teams, when your team gets promoted, let's say it's Huddersfield are promoted, they come up there with the hope that something special might just happen. They can maybe win a cup or get into Europe. It's a dream, and the owners of Watford and Norwich have taken that away from the fans. Yeah, because they know when they come up, Watford know that by the time the season ends, they'll be on the 3rd or 4th manager. Alan Shearer summed it up when he said Watford got what they deserved. When you sack a manager, when you sat in 12th in the Premier League after 7 games, you going down is what you deserve. I hope they go down, and I hope they stay down and give another team the chance to come up and do well. The same goes for Norwich. I think I went. Was it 5-0 or 6-0? I went for this one.
5-0.
5-0. Yeah. I'm sorry, Watford. We won't be sorry to see you go. Goodbye. Good riddance. Good day.
No, well said. Well said. And Chris Welch says Watford have got the Forest Green Rovers manager now. Well, not until obviously next campaign, but.
No, let's be honest with you. All that's going to do is make Watford a vegetarian club, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't like what's happened there. To be honest, about that appointment.
No, I don't like the fact that they didn't approach the club. They just poached him from the club, which is wrong. And to be honest, I think that the manager there as well, for what he's done in getting Forest Green promoted, he could have left Forest Green as he's gone on to bigger and better things in a sense from that level, and he could have been looked at as one of the best managers that Forest Green Rovers have had. But he's tarnished his own name by doing what he's done by going there in the manner of how it's happened. That said, Chelsea all over. Nothing really more to be said. Watford are done for, and like you said, Doug, we'll probably see them in 2 seasons' time when they probably come back up. Anthony says, bloody hell, 62 years, retirement is 65.
It's not now, Anthony. It's 67.
Yeah. I can't stand the Forest Green owner, so like seeing him rattle the crook. Moving on to the game at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace, Manchester United. Doug, these are always good games. It's just a shame that it's come sort of at the end of the season. We've always seen Palace battle and do well against Manchester United. It's just with it being at the end of the season, I don't know. For me, this is it screams a nothing game, but I think that's just because of the way Manchester United have been playing at the moment.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I mean, Crystal Palace have had a much better season than Manchester United. I think that's a safe thing to say anyway. But I I would just love it if Man United went to the Europa Conference League. That would be hilarious to see as well. And you know what? I think they've lost their last 5 or 6 away from home in a row. Like that's not happened for a long, long time. So, to go into next season on the back of a defeat would be hilarious. As well. I like what Patrick Vieira's done at Palace. I think. I know they've had some weird results, and every team sometimes has weird results as well. But Crystal Palace, especially Conor Gallagher, Guehi, two very, very good signings. It looks like Conor Gallagher is going to be going back to Chelsea. I don't see him sticking around there, if I'm being honest. But Manchester United, don't know what teams are going to turn up. I mean, there's talk that Wan-Bissaka is up for sale, which makes me laugh even more. Yeah, Palace have never beaten Manchester United at Selhurst Park in the Premier League. I think this all changes. I'm going for a Crystal Palace home win.
No, fair enough. I think a few people are saying it. Kate's saying it as well. She's gone for a Palace win. I just must reiterate before we come to Chris, please, everyone in the chat, please drop a like on the video. Keep them comments coming in. Keep your predictions coming. And yeah, just please drop a like. It says, from what I can see, that 14 people in watching. Please, all you got to do is drop a like on the video. It is much appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. You don't have to donate £2 a month. All you got to do is click a button. However, Anthony says, Dan, can you sing Crying Out Loud after the game? I think you can sing, mate. God, you sound... Even when I read that, I just instantly thought of Louis Walsh. I think he can sing. That's all. This lad's got potential. He's got potential. Ryan says 2-0 Palace.
That's scarily good, actually.
Anthony says, lads, your thoughts on Vieira? Well, we did speak about it at the beginning, Anthony, and we said that it's a farce by the Everton fans. If anything, I defend Vieira for what he did, because he's only so. We all know, no matter whether you're a manager of a football club or whether someone were pissing you off in a bar, you're going to react eventually when someone's in your face giving it to you too much. The lad weren't for walking away. He was antagonising until he got a reaction, and when he got it, he's now crying, "Oh well, Patrick Vieira." That muppet, that mug, will live off the fact that Patrick Vieira kicked him to the grass. Did he not
watch Vieira in the early sort of 90s, 2000s? He was some player, Vieira. I absolutely loved Vieira. And yeah, I fully back him what he did. Because if you antagonise him, he will retaliate.
And why shouldn't they be allowed to? They banter, fine. You sit there and you come in. I'm saying this as a Leicester fan who had Nigel Pearson as a manager, who turned around and told a fan to fuck off and die. But why not? That fan was having a go and calling, not just bantering, he was literally being horrible and nasty about some of the players. And so he turned around and said, "Oh, fuck off and die." And then, of course, "Oh dear, he told me to fuck off and die. Cry, cry, cry." And you can't, it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And it's just a shame that Vieira missed the guy's head. He might have kicked some sense into him.
No, yeah. I'm with you. As I say, we've already ran over that. Chris, does Vieira win the battle in this one, though?
Yeah.
And you think Palace are going to be...
It's a Palace win. Man United... it's a reality check for them. They've got to remember that pre-Fergie, they were an Arsenal Spurs at the moment. They were nothing really. They won the odd cup here and there, but for many, many years, Liverpool ruled the roost. They expected somebody to walk in straight after Fergie and just carry on where he sort of left. And it was never going to be that easy. Fergie got out knowing that he was leaving a team that was on the way down. And I think it's proof here, as Everton as well, Here we go, Anthony. Oh, shut the fuck up, Andrew, please. You don't have my tits. You're a shit club. You've got a shit manager. You've got players that don't give a shit about your club. End up in the Conference League and do us all a favour.
So Crystal Palace then, Chris?
Crystal Palace, yeah, just to make Andrew shut him up. Typical Man United big-headed cunt that can't, that thinks that Man United deserve everything they get. Well, yeah, let me tell you what, you sack a manager who's got you second and fourth in your Champions League football for 2 seasons running, and then you sack him and you end up what? Where? Shit, worse off,
Nah, as you say.
And go and fuck your mother, please.
And
that's all you're good for.
What did I say? Well, and we don't know, Anthony. We don't know you're supporting from one week to the other, mate. But anyway, let's cut it all there. Let's cut that all there.
No, let's still have a go at Andrew because he's a fucking knobhead, and his mother should have swallowed. And
right.
If I want to stick to a second-rate club, Andrew, I'll come and support Man United.
Right, as I say, we'll leave it there and we'll move on. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm quite enjoying the splinters at the moment. I'm going to firmly keep them rooted because it's quite comfortable at the moment with them there. But going to the next one, funnily enough, Chris. I'll come to you first for this one because obviously it's your club against a team that's not far from you, only around the corner, pretty much. However, how do you see this one going? It's a bit of a nothing game for you guys, isn't it?
It is. There's nothing to play for. I think he will just want. Brennan will want Leicester to win. He'll put out a strong side because if we can finish 8th or something and still have a European semi-final, he'll look on it as a good season. So it's a Leicester win for me.
A Leicester win for Chris. Doug, how do you see this one going? I mean, Vardy's come back and he's in Van Vettel, isn't it?
He is. I have to say that I agree with Chris. I think Southampton are just on the beach, definitely, as well. And I'm going to say something bold here. I think this might be Ralph Hasenhutl's last game in charge of Southampton.
Wow.
I think because it's not just that I think it might be Ralph Hasenhutl's last game. It potentially could be the other half as well, Brendan Rodgers' last game. Because I think Dortmund might go for a Brendan Rodgers or a Ralph Hasenhüttl or a Graham Potter. Because I think they need to try something different for me as well. But yeah, Leicester, King Power, absolutely cannot see anything other than a home win. So yeah, I'm going to go for a Foxes win.
No worries. Yeah, I'm with you too. I'm going to go for Leicester. I think Kate's the only one that's gone different. She's gone down the middle. She's picked the splinters out of my arse and stuck them in her own. Take that as you will. But yeah, Leicester for myself and the 2 guests as well. Moving on to the next one then, and Doug. It's a perfect time to play Wolves because ever since Dave was flirting around the European spots, their arse fell out. And
yeah,
well, let's just say that it's a must win, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. I think our record speaks for itself. Like we've only lost 3 games this season. I think it's something like 3 games in all competitions. It's just been mental, absolutely mental as well. Yeah, Wolves. I feel a little bit sorry for Wolves, if I'm being honest, because I look at Wolves as a whole this season, and they've had a fabulous season because they're going to finish top 10 regardless of what result happens in this game. But I think we win, puts the pressure on Manchester City. I think we're going to get the win. I think it'll be a comfortable Liverpool win.
No, I'm sure you'll take. I'm sure you'll take however it comes, as long as it comes. Chris, I'm not really going to ask you who wins the title, but obviously we all know that the title's it's in City's hands. It's theirs to lose, and former Red Steven Gerrard could do it for them. Could help Liverpool out from afar. But do you see Liverpool winning this one? I mean, they're a team that they've got a lot riding, haven't they? They're in still numerous competitions. This one's still worth fighting for, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool are going to win this. Liverpool blinked first, but then Manchester City blinked and were lucky to get a point the other day. But Wolves, flattered to deceive. So many clubs had good starts this season, and then they've sort of let it sort of drop away. I thought Wolves might just get into sort of 6th, 7th, 8th, or maybe just grab a conference place, but not to be. But yeah, this is Liverpool all the way.
Oh, fair play. Yeah, and I can't blame anyone who doesn't. If there's some mad bastard out there who's gone and backed Wolves, then don't predict. I mean, you'd be worse off than me. I'm gonna go Liverpool as well. You can't really look anywhere else. Chris says I would want Rodgers to stay if I was a Leicester fan. I think he's overachieved with Leicester the last 2 seasons. Been in a top 4 race and finished in European places. And won an FA Cup too. And as you said, Chris, there you agree wholeheartedly with what Chris said.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony says Leicester win 2-1. Sorry, I forgot to say that.
I like that, Arsenal fan.
Yeah, he expects his own team to get beat by Leicester. That's saying something, isn't it?
Don't you have a go at Anthony now? Stop it. He's not a Man United fan. He's all right. He's only an Arsenal fan.
Until next season, he hadn't decided. He hadn't decided yet.
That's true.
Every season, his missus puts every team for Premier League in a hat, and she goes, "Go on, pick 2 out."
No, it's depending what the sales on sportswear down at Sports Direct. Norwich 50% off this season. There you go.
Speaking of which, can Steven Gerrard do Liverpool a solid and get something at the Etihad? Doug, talk to me about this one. How do you see this one faring out? Because this has a massive say in what happens at the top.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching both games on Chris's channel on Sunday, and I'm very much looking forward to it as well. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get it on split screen. So obviously I've got Liverpool on one side and obviously City on the other. So, never say never. I mean, Villa rested Ings, Coutinho, and co against Burnley, ready for this game. Steven Gerrard knows the significance of this game, doesn't he? Yeah. Man City have got a good record against Aston Villa. Villa's record at the Etihad is not great. But it's just been written this week that destiny is in Liverpool's hands. For me, it's because of the Steven Gerrard effect. Obviously, Gary McAllister, Coutinho, Danny Ings, they've all got relations to Liverpool. I've just got a feeling that there's one more twist in this title race, and I just have a feeling Man City have failed to beat Crystal Palace this season. They failed to beat Southampton. Liverpool have beaten Southampton home and away. Liverpool beat Palace home and away. So that's something Liverpool can look at. Liverpool beating Villa home and away as well. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for a draw, and I think Liverpool are going to get the title.
That's why we love the final day of the season, especially the way things are sat in the league table at the moment. It is all to play for. Chris, and I know you've been saying recently you're not a fan of this. We're not English, we're Scouse, and that pisses you off. Which you can understand. I can understand that. That said, what's your thoughts when it comes to Manchester City in this fixture?
The decent team in Manchester. Doug knows where I'm going with this from earlier. This, to be honest with you, and like I said, I don't believe any of these sort of, the Liverpool link, so they're going to take it, make it hard and all this, that. They're a professional sportsman. They're going to want to go out and win. Yeah, Liverpool blinked. Man City have blinked sooner. All I've seen on Sky today, into every break and out of every break, it's Aguero, and that's all they've been showing. We know they fucking won it on the last day of the season, Sky. You don't have to play it 500 times a day. It's all they have been. So please, Liverpool, win it and shut the fucking Sky up with Manchester City. This is going to be a draw, and Liverpool are going to get the title if there's a God in the world.
Not wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You know what? I'm going to upset the apple cart. I'm going to go for a Villa win.
Ooh.
And that, as I've said numerous times, there is a reason I am bottom of the prediction league. But yeah, I don't know. I think I saw something in Villa against us that even in that sort of game where there was nothing for them to play for, really, that Villa still had that fart about them. They still look like eager to get away. Villa could have easily beat Burnley yesterday, if only it wasn't for an inspired Nick Pope in goal. So, yeah, I can see Villa going to the Etihad and potentially nicking all 3 points. So I'm going to go with an upset, which, yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, I said this, I think, on Doug's channel earlier. A team can take into the next season what has happened at the back end of the last season. When Troy Deeney got that last-minute goal after we missed the penalty in the playoffs, the next season we went and stormed the championship and got promoted. When we had, the Great Escape, we won those last 9 games. We'd only 7 of the 9 games. We'd only won 3 all season or something like that, and we carried it on into the next season. Can you imagine? If Aston Villa can get something at Main Road, and just for, not Main Road, is it now? It's the Etihad, isn't it? And if they could get something, imagine what that will do for them for next season. They've helped decide the Premier League. I just think it will be a good thing for it.
It will. It will.
Thank you, Chris. I'm just reading your comment there. Well said.
I mean, Doug, talk to me about the fact that, what would it mean to the people of Liverpool to win the Premier League again? Because, I mean, it must mean more this time, knowing that fans are back in the stadium to witness it, where before it was all behind closed doors.
Yeah, definitely. And, the fact that, the Premier League has been won with 70 plus points, the fact that we've had to, deal with this Man City side, and, we've had to win it 90 plus points, etc. as well. It's just, I think it would mean a lot to the city of Liverpool. I'm going down there next Saturday. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm watching the Champions League final with a few mates of mine. So really looking forward to that. It would just mean everything. I mean, second Premier League title, and to be on level with Manchester United, considering that it took us 30 years to win the thing. The fact that we could be level on titles with Manchester United would just make this season one for Man United fans to just say, can we just hit the rewind button, please? Because it's been a horrible season for Manchester United fans. So the fact that Liverpool could be, 20 and 20, and then, to potentially overtake Manchester United would be the icing on the cake for me. So yeah, I think the fact is that I think many people and to obviously celebrate it as well with the fans, we didn't really get to celebrate it in 2020. And look, that was a great season as well, but it's just I think the added signing of Luis Diaz has really added something to this Liverpool side.
I really like Diaz. I really do like him. I rate him.
I think he is already a ready-made replacement for a Mo Salah or a Sadio Mane, whoever leaves. Anyway, but I just think at this time that the fans will want to see us win the league, and obviously I want us to win the league as well. But yeah, I mean, City, whoever wins it over 38 games deserves it. It's as simple as that. So fingers crossed, there's one more twist.
I actually, in a way, there was a bit of me that once it was obvious that you were back in the race, wanted Man City to win it because you've won the Premier League once, the same as us. So if you win it, you go above us. But yeah, thinking about it, and I remember how we felt when we won it and how we celebrated, and we had the victory thing at Vicky Park and the bus going through. You didn't have any of that, and I think that is. From a fan's point of view, that must have been awful. It really must have been.
Yeah,
you couldn't get out there and celebrate. I know some did anyway, but and I think for the Liverpool fans, and there's the like I said at the start, all clubs have got moronic fans, but for Liverpool, I hope I've Man City win it. I'm not particularly bothered, but I'd like to see Liverpool do it just so that you can really have a good, celebration, a proper celebration this time.
No, as Anthony says, I don't know who Sarah is, but she's clearly if Sarah leaves, oh man, you've got a class player, so you've got a replacement there, mate. And
I don't know who Sarah is either, Anthony. Sorry.
He's tried to correct himself.
Too late. We retracted the thing. We wouldn't have seen it.
Bloody Sarah dampening your tartar hopes there. What a scumbag. Speaking of hopes for a qualification place, it's
no chance. No chance.
Spurs and the top four. I mean,
is there any really need?
No, I mean we all know which way this game's going to go. But do you think Spurs are deserving of that top four finish?
I suppose, again, like I said, if you deserve it over 38 games, then you deserve it. But unfortunately, I think Arsenal and Spurs have just been bad as each other, if I'm being honest. I think in the end, probably, yes, I think Conte is the better manager over Arteta. I think Arsenal have had it in their hands, but they've completely bottled it, let's be honest. This is ending anything. If I'm being honest, I think Spurs could go crazy. I think they won 7-1 at Hull when they were already relegated. I think this could be something similar. I'm going for a Tottenham win and Tottenham get top four.
Comfortably. Do you think it's going to be that comfortable as well, Chris?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we beat Norwich 3-0 a couple of weeks ago, and if we can do that, then anybody can beat Norwich. I mean, nobody wants that fourth position, do they? I mean, Man United have thrown it away. Not so long ago, I said it was Arsenal's to lose because I thought Arsenal were really going to go on. They'd been on an excellent run, and I didn't think they'd take me literally and lose it. Tottenham, I mean, I like Arteta, and I know Arsenal fans don't. All I will say is, give the guy time. Look how long it took Klopp to get Liverpool, to where they are now. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
And whether he is the person or not, only time will tell. But yeah, I mean, he's got to get that somewhere. And you had a good manager in Emery, and you let him go. But I mean, this is Tottenham. They've got a good manager, like you say. It's probably the best bit of business they've ever done. If they hold on to him, Conte's gone there, knowing that they need him more than he needs Tottenham, so he can go there and demand what he wants. PSG are sniffing around as a backup for him. Tottenham will get this and they'll get top four. Sorry, Anthony. It was in your hands and you've lost it.
No, I'm sure Anthony will probably echo that sentiment as well. It's a full house. It's a full house. Spurs to see the job through. As you said, it was Arsenal's to keep hold of, and the last few games, their arse has fallen out. And They've obviously let their arch rivals steal a march on them. Ducky says Norwich 1, Spurs 5. And as Chris said, yeah, Arsenal have done a Spurs. How's that one?
No.
Arsenal have done a Spurs. They
all I will say to Arsenal is you were accusing us of that for the last 2 seasons. How's it feel? Welcome to the club.
Well said. Well said. And as we've gone through those 10 games, we have put the world to rights. We have digressed on who stays up and who makes top 4 and who wins the Premier League in our eyes. That were your fixtures for match week 38, the final games of the season. Chris, as I said earlier, and to you as well, Doug, it's been a long slog this year, especially, as personally watching sharp results every week. However, thank you guys for everything you've done. If Burnley are to go to the Championship come Sunday, then
you're not going down, Dan. You really
I know.
seriously?
Well, I don't want to, but I'm just saying if it happens, because it can, not that it will, but it can. It's been great doing Premier League content, while being a Burnley fan. And I'm sure in the not so distant future, if it does come to that we'll do Premier League content again. And I'm sure I'll still be casting an eye over the Premier League if we do. But thank you for everything. Good luck to your teams on Sunday. Doug, let people know where they can find you and what you've got going on.
Yeah, well, Dan, it's been fantastic to be on the final show of the season. I've really enjoyed it, and Chris, it's always great to see him as well. And looking forward to Sunday. As well, come on, Leeds. No, I honestly think that you'll be a Premier League club next season. But yeah, you can find me on the Dugout Football channel. I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow for a Wolves preview. I've got the lads from Sweet and Sour Soccer coming up. Yeah, coming on tomorrow. Good lads, James and Scott as well. Also on Wednesday, I'm doing a live watch along to the Europa Conference League final. It's Roma versus Feyenoord, so that's something to look forward to as well. So yeah, and I'm going to be saying this now. I will be taking a bit of an extended break, basically after the Champions League final, because if nobody knew, I'm getting married 6 weeks tomorrow. So yeah,
no.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you get that quiet?
Oh dear!
Jesus, I didn't know.
Yeah,
No.
me stag do is next Friday as well, which is all hush hush. So I don't know what's happening with that.
I'm covering it, by the way.
So hold on, you're not getting married in 6 weeks then, because you're just going to end up getting lost on your stag do somewhere.
Well, I can't afford to get lost. I'm actually going to Liverpool on the Saturday, so goodness knows what how I'll be feeling after that. But no, honestly, Dan, you've done a fantastic job on this channel, and especially with the Premier League predictions. I think it's been very, very good. And thank you, Anthony. Yeah, that stream was mad, absolute madness. I think at one point I had 1.8k watching, which is mental. I don't know how YouTube algorithm works sometimes. I had 3.8k views on the Premier League prediction stream earlier, and it's like you just don't know how these things happen. But no, Dan, keep doing what you're doing. And I'm pretty sure you'll reach 500 very, very soon. But no, you can find me on the Dugout Football channel, Instagram, Douglas.Horn, Twitter handle is Ernrod_1992, and Facebook is Douglas James Horn. I didn't really mean to go on a tangent there, but no, thank you very much for having me. It has always been a pleasure. Thank you.
No, thanks very much for coming on, giving us your insight to it all. Good luck with the wedding. Obviously, I'm sure we'll speak or drop a couple of messages beforehand. Prior to that,
happy. Stay happy.
Hope you and Rebecca have a lovely day together, and it's really, really enjoyable. And enjoy your stag do. What happens on a stag do stays on the stag do. We all remember that one.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, thank you guys, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's just a matter of counting down now. 6 weeks tomorrow. It's just flying on.
It is, and it'll come a lot sooner when there's no football and you're pottering around, you're wondering, shit, what do I do? But then yet again, your mind's going to be occupied with getting those final bits done and things like that. So it's where me and Chris will be like sat there constantly listening to Simon and Garfunkel sing "Hello Darkness, my old friend."
I'm off to Rhodes 3 days after it as well. So yeah, loads happening.
Wow. Well, at least you've got an action-packed summer.
And
the season's ended.
I also have a big birthday coming up in July as well, when I'm in Greece as well. I turned 30 in July, so...
Hey, bloody hell, it's all happening, isn't it?
All happening, yeah.
You'll talk about chucking all your eggs in one basket. Christ.
You're half my age. What the fuck?
Oh, it's mad, isn't it, Chris? Don't worry, Chris. You're still down with the kids. It's fine.
There's some kids I could put down, I'll tell you. And all the best to Rebecca as well, of course.
Yeah. Forge from Iron are in.
Hello, Gainsey.
Yeah, Rob's in there as well. Good evening, you fan gents. How are you doing, Gates? You hope you're well, mate. We are just wrapping up and saying our thanks and bye and stuff. Anthony said, well done, Doug. All the best, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Chris, let us know where people can find your stuff. Again, thank you for being a massive help and everything you've done for me this season. Especially, let everybody know where they can find your channel and what you've got coming up in the next week or so and few weeks.
Well, first of all, support Dan. He puts a hell of a lot of time and effort into this channel. He deserves to be a lot higher on than he is. I don't know what happens with the figures on YouTube because, like, you know, with Doug, I had 3,500 apparently watching the show last night, and today it's dropped to 1.5. I don't get it at all. But Dan deserves your support, and if you give it to him, he will always wear it. And so, he will be here next season. They are not going down, Burnley. They will be here next season. It will be a pleasure. I'll start off with an apology for earlier. I did kind of lose it just slightly. You may have noticed.
It's all right. We are passionate football fans, Chris. Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Unfortunately, me and that guy don't get on. I think he's a dick, and he knows he's a dick. So I can't stand the guy. So I apologise for that. But thanks for having me on, Dan. Thanks for putting up with me all these weeks. I think my community service is over now. I have got tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Sunday. If you are a Leeds or you're a Burnley fan, follow Dan's channel on Sunday because he's doing a watch along for the final day. If you don't give a shit who goes down and you're more interested in the better teams at the other end of the table, come along to my watch along, which starts at 3:00. Doug, as he said earlier, will be on watching Man City and Liverpool. Anthony, you may have seen him come up again, the Southampton fan. He's watching the Battle for Europe. And we will be covering the bottom end because, to be honest, he's like the poor, the poor relation that you just got to keep talking about them, And we've got Pidge, the Watford fan, coming on and talking about that. So yeah, and then next week, end of season awards show, club season reviews. I'm also doing the Europa Conference watch along and just dreaming and wishing it was me and not, bloody Roma. There we go. It's Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube. It's Leicester Till I Die 1 on Instagram and at Leicester TID on what's the other one? Twitter.
Yeah, and you've also got a special coming up as well, haven't you, Chris, for your YouTube subscribers with a former Fox.
Aye, if you know what I'm doing better than I do. It has been an interesting season for a lot of clubs, but especially Leicester. We wanted Brendan in, Brendan out, Brendan to shake it all about. We got Jerry Taggart, ex-Leicester player, coming on. It is going to be a YouTube only, so it's not on Facebook or Twitter. And you can watch that, and he will be giving his thoughts on Leicester City's season. So it's not a one-to-one. We won't be asking, we've done that with him. So he's coming on just to give his thoughts on Leicester City's season. And so, guys, don't forget, I know he's Scottish, but give him a follow anyway. He's a good lad.
No, as I say, thank you very much to both of you. The link to these two legends right here is in the description of this video, so please do go check them out. Go to subscribe to the channel, do all the rest of it, drop a like on the videos, watch those videos back to back, show them your support. Ourselves, obviously, well, we've got the important stuff on Sunday to deal with. So if you will be back with us on Sunday, we are doing the final day watch along, and as Chris alluded to, we're not looking at the top. We're not looking at Manchester City or Liverpool. We are focusing in on the teams that the media has forgotten about. We are going to be focusing on Burnley and Leeds, and we will have a Leeds fan on as well, so it could get tasty. Carl's going to be with us watching the Brentford-Leeds game, while I'll be watching Burnley against Newcastle. Earlier, I did find the picture that I was meant to change and put over, but I didn't. I finally found it.
That's being lazy. That is just, you couldn't be bothered to do it again without an Everton on, could you?
I couldn't be bothered, so I'll stick a big X over it. We will be doing a watch along for the Champions League final, and that is obviously not this Saturday, but the Saturday after. And then on the Sunday, the day after, we will be finding out who is making their way to the Premier League. Is it Chris's Midlands rivals, Nottingham Forest?
Bastards.
Or is Leeds going to go down and be replaced with another Yorkshire team, and Huddersfield come up to the Premier League?
Come on.
For a second stint. So we will be doing a watch along for the playoff final as well. Guys, thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for watching on a Friday night. I understand that it's your weekend and things like that, but for you lot, giving up your time to watch us really does mean a lot. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
What it means is they haven't got a life.
Ducky says, the Championship playoff final. Yeah, we'll be doing that. Ryan, as he says, yeah, I can understand that. Come on, you Terrys. I've got every faith. I would prefer Huddersfield to come up. I really, really would. And Gates says there, will the Mighty Hammers get sixth? Well, we did say that that's what we want. We want to send Manchester United to the Conference League. So we are all in favour of West Ham doing the biz on Sunday. Thank you, everyone, for watching. As I've said, do check out these guys. The link is in the description. Check out our socials as well. All you got to do is search Turf Morehouse, and we will be there. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Dan. He's been Chris. That's been Doug. And for the 2021-22 season, it's been a blast. Take care. See you guys Sunday.